Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Barlow BBQ, and today we've got a special video because we've got a really special guest with us today. Another barbecue brother, Kenneth Cunningham.
What's going on, brother? I appreciate you being here, man.
What's going on, man?
I appreciate you letting me be here. Excited to be here. Thanks for having me on.
Dude, it's awesome to have you here. Kenneth is coming from North Texas, and him and his family happen to be here in Florida at the same time that Martha and I are visiting, so we had the opportunity to get together.
Been a long time coming. Huge fan and subscriber of the Barlows, so I'm excited to get to cook with them, and we've been talking about it, so we're excited to do it today.
So listen, y'all, one of the main reasons that I'm real excited to have Kenneth join us on today's video is because Kenneth has done a lot of great work for the barbecue community on social media. You run one of the best barbecue Facebook groups that I've had the pleasure of being part of, North Texas BBQ Addicts.
Hey man, I really appreciate that. You know, and we're like-minded people. We're just having fun, enjoying what we do. And like Matthew said, we've got North Texas BBQ Addicts. It's on Facebook. We'd love to have you be a part of it. It's a barbecue community. It's a family, and outside of YouTube, me and Matthew have been able to keep up in that aspect in that group. So we'd love to have you there. You don't have to be from North Texas. That's not what it's
they let me in, right? We're from North Carolina, y'all.
If we'll let him in, we'll let anybody in.
That's right, man. We're both here at a condo in Southwest Florida, and so we don't really have a lot of options when it comes to barbecue. So the only option we have is a gas grill.
Yep.
We were both thinking that what we really need to do is some ribs.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do for you guys today is some ribs on the gas grill. Have you ever done ribs on a gas grill before?
I have never done ribs on a gas grill. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I have no idea how that's going to turn out. I've never done ribs on a gas grill either. So you guys are going to be along with us today to see how it turns out. Let's get this grill fired up, and then we're going to go get the ribs prepped to go on the grill. All right, Joe?
Sounds good.
Let's do it. All right, y'all, we're gonna get this gas grill fired up. I'm gonna go ahead and light 2 burners. We're doing 1 rack of ribs, but I wanna start off by getting a nice hot grill temp going on. All right, so I'm gonna light 2 burners at full blast. There's 1. We got 2 turned on. Time to ignite. Boom. We are lit. I'm gonna go ahead and close this up. And we'll come back to this. We'll get the ribs on when this grill temp hits around 350 to 400 degrees. All right, we got the grill fired up. While we're waiting for that to warm up, we're gonna take care of our ribs and get those ready to go. Show everyone what we got right here. This is a full rack of St. Louis cut style ribs that we actually cut up Cadillac style into individual rib pieces, just like that. But we figure these are gonna be a lot easier to grill individually than to try to do a whole rack.
Right, yeah, we're messing around with some barbecue, experimenting here. We're on vacation, both of us, and we're trying something brand new. We think this is the best route to go.
We'll find that out. All right, so Kenneth right here is going to get these rubbed up and ready for the grill.
Yep. All right, like we mentioned, we're gonna get these ribs all seasoned up, and we talked about North Texas BBQ Addicts briefly in the intro. We're actually using some all-purpose rub, North Texas BBQ Addicts all-purpose rub. The smoke shake is what it's called, and it's got some light brown sugar, some salt, pepper, garlic, and some other notes in it as well. We've got these ribs sliced up individually, so we're really going to be able to coat these bad boys. So let's go ahead and do that. And like I said, you're able to really coat these being that they're cut up. So we're going to make sure we put a good amount on all edges. And you can't do this with a whole rack of ribs. You know, you can't get all the seasoning everywhere. So we're going to make sure we do with these racks right here, this rack of ribs. So get this seasoned up, and it's got some good textures in it. The first flavors you taste is kind of like light brown sugar. A little bit of salt, pepper, garlic at that point, and then it's got a little bit of cayenne in it as well, but not too much. Don't let that worry you. So we're gonna get these seasoned up, and we're gonna season up this side of them, and we'll go ahead and do the rest of them off camera. But you can't really put too much of this stuff, honestly. It's not overpowering, and within the cook it's gonna really react well to that heat on that Weber propane grill. So let's go ahead and make sure we hit this up with a heavy coat of seasoning. There we go, guys. Got this side seasoned up just like that. You know how to season some ribs up. That's what we're working with. North Texas BBQ Addicts Smoke Shake. We're gonna get them on the grill.
All right, folks, we got a grill temp of just over 450 degrees right now, so I think it's definitely time to get these ribs on. Now, one thing we're gonna add for this cook is something a little bit different. We're gonna try to add a little bit of smoke flavor to these ribs. Kenneth, what do we got going on right here?
So like Matthew said, we want to add a smoky element to these ribs on this gas grill. They're going to cook up beautifully. They're still going to break down, but we've got some apple chips, just straight up apple wood chips in here in a foil pack. We took a toothpick. It's that simple, guys. Poked holes in the top, sides, and bottom. And we actually may have added about a shot of rum in here as well for just a little bit of moisture to get that smoke really rolling. So,
all right, I like that.
We're gonna get it on the grill.
Let's get it on the grill. Let's open this up. We'll get that foil pack right on the grill.
Put it right over here in the corner.
Just like that.
We'll have our ribs over here.
Ribs
and
are coming
get that
right up.
Smoky element.
Ribs are coming right up, y'all. Wow.
Heck. All right, guys, we've got these ribs all seasoned up. They've kind of been sitting there and just marrying with that seasoning and that pork for about 10-15 minutes. We've got this side going full blast like Matthew said. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put our bigger ribs towards the back because that's where the hottest part is. And we're going bone down because they can handle it. It's got a good fat content in it. So we're gonna get our biggest pieces on the back end there, and then we're gonna put our smaller ones right here. So that's what we're gonna do exactly right now. So get these set up. It's smelling awesome already with that rub. It's awesome. So we're gonna get this cooking. Can't wait to see how it turns out. That is Pitmaster's privilege right there. Get these bad boys set up on the Weber, just like this. Smelling awesome. You hear that sizzle, and that's what you want for what we're doing today. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these put onto the grill, just like that. Just arrange them how you need, how you see fit for your grill. And in about 10 minutes, that foil pack is really gonna start moving, and that smoke's gonna really start penetrating all this meat. So that's what we're looking for. So there you go. Got everything on. We're gonna shut this bad boy down and check on them in about 20 minutes.
All right, since we just put the ribs on, I'm gonna actually turn down the heat to about medium, just because we don't wanna, blast these ribs. And like Kenneth said, we'll see you in about 10 minutes. All right, our timer just went off for 10 minutes, so it's time to check out these pork ribs and see how they're doing.
All right, it's time to check on these ribs like Matthew said, and the color's looking beautiful already. Remember, find out where your hot spot is and put that bigger piece of rib towards that hot spot and put your smaller ones on the other side. So let's go ahead and flip these over. We're gonna try and get these meat side down now, just like this. Man, it's got a good char on them. Nice flavor profile happening there with that seasoning. Remember our Pitmaster's privilege right here. We're gonna flip that around. Here in a little bit, Martha actually said she's gonna put together a sauce for these ribs, so that's gonna be awesome. We're gonna go ahead and shut this down. We've got everything flipped. Now we're really trying to finish up these ribs, and we're gonna give them about 5-10 minutes. We're gonna check on them just to make sure nothing's happening that we don't want, and we'll go from there.
All right, y'all, we just had our timer go off for 10 minutes. So we've been grilling these ribs for a total of about 20 minutes right now. Let's check them out and see how they're doing. All right, y'all, these ribs are looking really good. And what I'm gonna do right now is got my handy dandy thermometer with me, and I'm gonna take a temp on these ribs real quick, just out of curiosity to see where they're landed. And that's reading 212 on that rack. Let's see, whoop, find some meat right there. That's reading 215. Let's try this big boy back here in the back. 212, 213. So this temperature, these guys are going to be about done.
All right, so we're at about 205, anywhere from 205 to 212 degrees on these ribs, which is going to be perfect because you got to keep in mind we're still going to rest these ribs before we eat them. So they're going to have the opportunity to really dial back to a smaller, lower temperature internally. So what we're working with now is we're actually going to move them to the indirect side. And now it's time to actually begin basting them, because remember, we've been going direct on these bad boys for a while. So They've got a nice char on them, which is awesome. That's what you do direct cooking for, is to get that char. And remember, we're still gonna put some sauce on these towards the end as well. So we're putting these over to the indirect side, and we're gonna shut this bad boy down as far as heat's concerned, because we don't need any more heat. We're just looking to add some flavor, a little bit of flavor profiles to our ribs right now. So that's our main focus. The cook is done. We're focused on making sure that we get some awesome flavor in here. So in order to do that, we've just simple. We've got about 80% water, 20% apple cider vinegar. And if you've ever cooked pork, any kind of low and slow barbecue in general, or grilling, apple cider vinegar is perfect for pork. So we don't want to overpower it. We're gonna get this in here right now. Make sure we get it on here to rehydrate what we have going on. We've cooked directly this entire time, so they've had no moisture added to them. And that's exactly what we're doing right now, is we're adding a little bit of moisture to these bad boys with a little bit of water and a little bit of apple cider vinegar. You can baste with whatever you want. I've just found that this really allows for what flavors you're building to really enhance themselves and not necessarily mask that grill or barbecue flavor. Whatever kind of cooker you're using, just kind of elevate this to another level. And then we're gonna make sure that we get that nice sauce that we're whipping together as well. So that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm gonna baste these bad boys up, and next time I see y'all, and me and Matthew see y'all, we'll probably get some sauce on these. All right, like we explained, guys, we're at about 200, anywhere from 200 to 210. We've already pulled them to the indirect side, and we've shut this grill down. We basted them with an 80-20% ratio of water and apple cider vinegar, and we actually went ahead and added a little bit more of the North Texas BBQ Addicts all-purpose rub, because after you've grilled, you kind of lose some of those flavors a little bit. You don't want to over season it, but you want to add a little bit more pop of flavor. So that is exactly what we've done right here. And these bad boys are ready for some sauce.
Well, all right, y'all, these ribs have been resting now for about 20 minutes. But before we do a taste test, we want to add the final touch. We put together a really nice sauce for these. So we're going to put on this finishing sauce on these ribs real quick. And we'll have a recipe for it right down below in the description box if you'd like to try it out for yourself. And I highly recommend that you do, because Martha put this recipe together, and you know it's going to be real good. All right?
I agree.
So Kenneth right here, he's going to brush on these this sauce, and we'll see you in just a moment to give these a taste test. All right, y'all, it's time for a taste test on these gas grilled ribs.
I'm excited.
I'm pretty excited.
I'm always excited.
Yeah, I mean, these are looking really good. We got a nice sauce on these. All right,
Smell
all right,
good.
all right.
Got a good color, got a good consistency everywhere.
Yep.
Almost as good as his pina coladas.
Dang.
Yep. All right, here we go.
Cheers, y'all.
Going in. Cheers.
That was right. That was so good.
Oh
Hey,
man.
these are good, guys.
That was so good.
There's a little bit of a chew to it.
Yeah, it's meaty.
Maybe we could have let these cook a little bit longer. But
I think for what we're doing, we're here.
Yeah.
We're enjoying Florida.
Yep.
We're cooking, enjoying each other. And
If
we cook
anybody-
these a little bit hot and fast, so that's just the reality of it. You know, slow and slow creates something different.
If you put this on a plate, nobody's going to complain.
no.
Exactly.
I mean, really, they're so delicious.
boy.
There's some ginger in this,
Ooh,
and
yeah.
y'all need that in your life.
Ooh,
that's what you
ginger
need.
is real good. This sauce is real good. I mean, let me ask you this. Can you do ribs on a gas grill?
I'm going to say yes.
You can.
100%.
I say yes. Yes, do it. Why wouldn't you?
I agree. Yeah, you can do ribs on a gas grill, y'all.
Don't be held back by your gasser.
Look at that. Clean off the bone,
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
I
Clean
mean,
off the bone, y'all.
Delicious.
it had a nice tug to it. Obviously, again, we
Yep.
cook quick, so it's got a nice texture and crust
and
to
nothing-
it.
nothing
If
wrong
you
with
wanted
that.
it
and it's
more, a
awesome.
little more
It's
tender, you
awesome.
could wrap it if you
wrap
felt
it.
so inclined.
Also, what we were talking about a little bit ago is don't let this char, the coloration, fool you. That's flavor, guys.
That's
and
real
when you
good.
put that sauce on there, it coats it and all that. It's a nice little element of flavors right there.
Oh yeah, flavor-wise,
Delicious.
this is out of the park. And I think that char that you get from the direct grilling of these ribs is unique.
Yeah.
And you're not going to get that with smoking them.
You're not getting that indirect.
Yep.
You're not getting that. You're not getting that at all. So you get a nice char element with the flavors that you built. And I think that foil pack did really well today
Hey,
too.
we got a nice little smoke in there.
Little rum
Delicious.
action on the
You
ribs.
guys did a good
All
job.
right, all right. Listen, y'all, I want to thank Kenneth for being here today. It is an absolute pleasure and an honor to meet you, man. And to cook some ribs with you.
Yeah, definitely.
Honestly, that's been a dream of mine for a few years now, ever since we connected online
sure,
on
mine
social
too.
media. Yep. So here we are, and I want to thank all of you for hanging out with us today, and taking a little time out of your day and hanging out with us as we do an experiment on the gas grill. We really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you would like to try out any of the sauces or anything like that, if you want to check out North Texas BBQ Addicts, if you want to get
should.
yourself some of that rub, which you should, we'll have a link to all that good stuff right down below in the description box for you.
And not to blow smoke off this character's behind, but that rub is pretty swell.
That
Thank
rub is real
Not
good.
just staying it because he's standing right here.
Yeah.
It's not just the pina coladas talking.
No, it's
We're
the
gonna
truth
cut that
talking,
out.
y'all. We really appreciate you hanging out with us, and we love you. And we're gonna say until next time, y'all, smoke 'em if
If you
you
got
got 'em.
That's
right,
right.
y'all. Bye-bye.
Perfect.
Cheers.